I was asked to talk about specialization in certain styles of music versus being really good at all of them. So I thought we would talk about that a little bit. Depending on when you start playing and depending on how much you practice on a daily basis and how aggressive you are in your practice and what goal setting you have, that sort of thing, I think it's really important to understand that there's only so much time that you have on this planet before you're not going to be able to practice anymore, or you get to a certain age, or you have an ailment of some sort and you can't play anymore. And so when you think about players like, it could be anybody, but I think about, Tommy Emmanuel, if you know who Tommy is, this amazing acoustic guitar player who of course can play electric things, but he specializes in acoustic stuff, right? Finger picking, all kinds of different things that he does. But he doesn't sound anything like Steve Vai, right? So Steve Vai's got his own specialized thing, and he doesn't sound anything like Robin Ford, who doesn't sound anything like Joe Pass, right? So the thing to understand is that we out here in the real world trying to make our way, learning how to play guitar, playing in bands, whatever it is that we're doing, sometimes we need to learn different styles of music for the musical situations that we find ourselves in, but we still have to focus on what we're really trying to do. So I'm going to use me as an example. When I was a kid learning how to play, I was enamored with metal back in the 80s, right? Iron Maiden and Judas Priest and Merciful Fate and Slayer and Ozzy and Metallica and blah, blah, blah. And that's what I played. And I'm very glad I played that stuff. It was a blast and I learned a lot. But there's a lot of things that I didn't learn at the time. I certainly wasn't learning, jazz. I wasn't focused on finger picking or acoustic playing. I wasn't focused on, even though I liked bands like Journey and stuff like that, Journey, Toto, things like that, that wasn't my focus. My focus was this minor style music. And so, a lot faster playing, that sort of thing. And so that's the direction I took. It wasn't until a number of years later that I really started recognizing that there was a lot of things out there that I was interested in learning how to do that I wasn't capable of playing. Because technique will only take you so far. Intellect will only take you so far. You still have to spend time within the genre to really get good at it. Blues is a perfect example. Just because you can play a blues scale doesn't mean it sounds bluesy. Like there's little isms that you need to be able to do in blues to really make it sound correct. And so, for me, I think the most important thing is that you're not trying to master every single genre out there. Over the course of your journey, you start kind of figuring out who you are and what works. So for me, I still listen to metal and I still love metal, but somewhere along the line, I started appreciating other things about the guitar, other things about music in general that I was very interested in studying. And again, I've been playing guitar for 40 odd years now. And so I've had a lot of time to put into this. And so I just want you to think about how important it is for you to find the journey that works best for you and what it is your goals really are versus just kind of drowning in a pool of all of these different styles of music. It's very easy to be a master of none. And I'm not sure that anybody ever really masters anything, but if you spend enough time in a particular genre, you have the capability of getting very, very good at that genre. Blues, jazz, rock, pop, whatever it might be. And when I say pop, I don't just mean like, Nicki Minaj pop. I mean pop music. Like for us, very much Journey, like a lot of songs by a band like Journey or Santana or Toto, or again, there's lots of different things like that where they write more major key stuff that in my experience was actually harder to play because it required more of a melodic connection to the chords. When I was playing more metal, I didn't need that. I needed to be more flamboyant and fast and that sort of thing. And again, I'm just talking about me. There's a million crossovers in the world here of music, certainly with guitar playing, where people do all kinds of things. I'm just saying it's very important for you to think about what it is that you're trying to accomplish and the tools that you need to be able to get there versus feeling like you have to be great at everything. Again, name your favorite artist. They're really, really, really good at whatever. That doesn't mean they're really good at everything. It doesn't mean that's all they play. They play lots of different things. But Satriani or Steve Vai will probably never be known as an incredible jazz player like, Holdsworth or something like that, right? Because they're all different that way. They might share elements, but to be an Alan Holdsworth, there's a certain amount of time you need to spend in that genre where Steve Vai has already made his path and he's doing all these things. And he might be studying something else. Again, God bless you all to do whatever it is you want to do. I'm just saying, when we listen to Steve Vai, that's not what we hear. Alan Holdsworth or Eddie Van Halen, there might be overlap there of certain things. But when you listen to Eddie Van Halen, you still hear the rock influence of Eddie Van Halen. Doesn't mean you might not hear certain things about Alan Holdsworth, but Eddie Van Halen, to me, never sounded like Alan Holdsworth, right? So that's the thing that we need to understand. So anyway, make sure that you get yourself organized. If you need help at all in organizing your path and what it is you're trying to do and what your goals are, we now at GuitarZoom have the GuitarZoom Academy, which is hyper-focused one-on-one live lessons with amazing instructors all over the world, where we talk to you and organize your thoughts and situate your goals and then help you attain those goals over the course of time, as opposed to just, well, what do you want to do today, or what do you want to practice today? Really trying to figure out, where do you want to go with your guitar playing and how do we get you there? So if you're interested, all you have to do is head over to guitar-zoom.com. So take care, stay positive, and keep practicing, all right?